Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. Without further ado, let us start a new game. It's about time I got really to this, honestly. It's been, what, 2 years since I've done this? So, let's start. And we get our choice of sphere grid, and we are going to be doing the standard one. Expert is definitely a lot different, and if you plan on doing the full hidden bosses, I recommend using the standard sphere grid. Just keep that in mind. Believe me, it will help you out in the long run for a lot of reasons I'll get into a lot later.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
And we get to the actual name of the game way faster than any Kingdom Hearts game. I would just like to point that out right now. And then we've got loading screens. Oh boy, I'm gonna rip into these things later on. Usually I'll cut them out for the record, but sometimes I'll just leave them in. And by leave them in, I mean I forgot them. Well, this is a very big tone shift from what we just had. Not gonna lie. It kinda comes out of nowhere. Just like that child. And now for the pinnacle of fashion. Uneven shorts. Sometimes, I swear, Nomura just gets patches and just throws them onto a mannequin, and then he decides that's gonna be my new main character. Oh, Nomura, you and your wacky designs.
Can you sign this?
No problem.
Sure, let me just remember my name, which is right here. Pretty much you can change the name of the main character if you want. I'm gonna be sticking with what I know, which his name is pronounced Titus,
Alrighty.
but I call him Titus because Titus sounds like
easy.
tedious. And I can't unlink the two, so Titus for me. Sue me later.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Good luck tonight.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Ace block
Got it.
You know, he's able to give these autographs without having an actual pen. That's amazing.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
$20 a piece.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well...
You can't tonight.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
And we've gotten 3 children's hopes up. I wonder how we will be able to dash them. And more loading screens. That's something the HD version added in when it came to the PS3 HD version, and I'm not a big fan of the loading screens. They did the same thing to the Kingdom Hearts HD remixes, and it annoys me. Did you just flip him off?
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The 2 teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing today. All I know is, apparently I'm famous. And more loading screens. Ugh, these are annoying. Especially when they're instant transmission ones that would have been in the original one.
Sorry.
The original game, they would have just been instant cuts, but for the PS3, it seems to have a hard time with that.
Hey, let go of me.
Groupies. They're everywhere. I apologize for this first part if it seems dull, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of cutscenes inside this game, especially at the beginning of it. The beginning is probably my least favorite part when playing this game. But, now for a change of pace, CG graphics. Only possible on the PlayStation 2. I mean PlayStation 3. I mean PlayStation 4. So what? Blitzball is basically underwater rugby. Never mind, going with hockey. Well, that's not good. That's one way to, you know, cut to halftime. But, on the bright side, we're alive. Probably most of those people in that stadium, they dead. So, look at the positives, Roxas. You may have a splitting headache, but you're alive.
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, could you explain, please? Instead of just walking off? That'd be nice. That'd actually help me. You know, for a giant glob of water, it sure is spreading a lot of fire.
Huh? Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
Ozma? Is that you?
We called it sin.
Sin?
They look like locusts. And I don't mean the ones from Gears of War.
Take it. A gift from Jack.
My old man?
That is not how you use a sword in the slightest. Still a better job than what Sora did with it.
I hope you know how to use it.
And in just a few short seconds, he learns how to use a sword. So, time to get into combat, which is turn-based in this game.
We cut through.
Alright, so pretty much you have your basic attack command, choose whichever enemy you want to hit, and you can hit them with that. War of Attrition does work in this game. Pretty much every single enemy has a certain amount of health points. Once those run out, the enemy dies. You know, standard state of affairs when it comes to this. For the beginning right here,
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
pretty much just do what Orin just said. So for that, just hit the ones that are in front of us. So let us hit this one, hit this one, and hit the last one. There we go. Now sometimes you can get a critical hit, and with critical hits you'll do more damage to it. Sometimes if you kill an enemy with a critical hit, it will count as what is known as an overkill. That will earn you more experience and some better goodies if it's a battle that gives you rewards. In this case, in the beginning, none of the battles really give us rewards. So, yay! I got a critical overkill for nothing. You're gonna notice that a lot in the game because that's based on your luck stat, and my luck stats are shit. Curse you, RNG. Curse you. But, time for a mini-boss. That knows Demi. Demi is pretty much a move that will cut your health down by 1/4 each time. It does less and less damage the more it's
Get
used.
out of my town!
Some can't wait to die.
So now we have Overdrives. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath their HP MP display is full, the character may use a special command by hitting the right or the left on the directional pad. So here we have Dragon Fang. We have to input the commands right, which I did, but then for some odd reason it didn't count it, so I didn't do it correctly. Go me. So now we need to take care of this giant tentacle monster here. We have to pretty much get rid of all of its tendrils. And all it knows is Demi, so this will be a constant thing. You do have healing items, but don't worry with them. So now let's do Titus's finishing move, Spiral Cut. Pretty much just hit the X button in the middle of the bar and you'll get a grate on it, which is how you do it. So you can use potions, you have Phoenix Downs. In these beginning battles, you're really not going to need them, so just constantly attack and you'll win by War of Attrition. God bless War of Attrition. It's doing less and less damage to Titus each time. It will eventually kill him, but by the time that happens, we will have already beaten all the little tendrils on this thing, which I do need to see what its name is, because I think it's what is known, yeah, Sin Spawn. I'm attacking way too fast for me to see what it is. Basically, a Sin Spawn is an enemy that falls off the body of Sin, who, you know, Sin's been launching these things around town, so this is one of the Sin Spawns. But one more attack, and this should take care of this Sin Spawn. So, let's have Orin finish this. And there we go. That takes care of the Sin Spawn. As it explodes in a marvelous and slow fashion, and then turns into pretty fireflies. Alright, so now that we have beaten that, I decided I was trying to heal, but there is a save sphere around here. Save spheres allow you to save your game. At the same time, they also restore all your HP and your MP, so always touch one whenever you are near one, especially if it's after a boss fight. I won't be saving while I'm recording generally because I don't want to mess up.
What are you laughing at, old man? Orin, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
You know, if you want to get out of here, Titus, you can just go the other way. You have a sword to defend yourself now. But you can't leave Orin in the dust. Ah, great. Locusts everywhere. It's like one of the plagues. Alright, so pretty much right here for this one with the sin scales all around, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just kill a couple of these and wait until we can start attacking that tanker on the side. So pretty much you just have to wait for this one. It's kind of annoying, but hey, beginning of a JRPG, gotta give you tutorials, gotta give you, you know, things that draw out not attacking the obvious thing to attack? I don't know. Anyway, when the wings start to flicker on a sin scale, basically that means they're about to do their move known as spines. So, just attack them, and if you manage to kill them, then that will get rid of them, which is good. But
This could... That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
that looks like an eco container from Jak 2. Wow, it actually does now that I think about it. The more I look at it, that looks like the eco container from one of the missions in Jak 2. I should probably get to Jak 2 at some point, but first things first, I need to redo Jak and Daxter 1 on Game Anyone, but that is another story. For right now, just keep attacking this tanker right here. A couple of hits will take it down. One more hit ought to do it, actually. So, just take the hit. Just take the hit. Pretty much the sin scales will infinitely spawn, so just make sure that you take out the tanker, and boom. Here we go. Yeesh, what the heck was in that container? Normal gasoline will not create that big of an explosion to knock over a building. pretty ridiculous.
Go.
Am I sure this is not Ozma?
You are sure? This is it. This is your story.
My story's getting eaten by Unicron? I have a shitty story.
It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
My old man?
I don't know, but something's telling me we're not in Kansas anymore. As I swim through the air.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy.